The two-time MVP is in the building on a Thursday night in Texas. Steph and the Warriors have won 4 out of their last 5, and they're sitting at 8th in the West. They'll face the number 1 pick, Cooper Flagg, and the Mavs, who are chasing a season-best 4-game win streak. And later tonight, it's Clippers-Lakers on the 20-year anniversary of Kobe's legendary 81-point game. This is NBA Pregame on Prime.
Welcome to NBA on Prime Pregame, presented by CarMax.
Welcome in. I am Taylor Rooks, joined by Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash, alongside Blake Griffin and Udonis Haslem. You two are back from your big NBA trip in Europe. Happy that you're here. But what I am hearing is there was competition on the court, but you all also went head-to-head. Can you tell me about this race, Dirk?
We were in the streets of London, here and there, and here it is. Steve came up with this idea. He wanted to race me, and since I didn't stretch, I was a little stiff, we decided to do a race. He was hopping on one leg, and I was running it, and I got him. It was a photo finish, but I think I got him at the end with just a quick finger, and so that was fun.
He lost. He ran his mouth a lot on the trip, so I said, well, let's settle this outside men. We're in London, old school, old world, maybe a couple pints at dinner, and I took it easy on him, still got him at the finish.
It was close.
Yeah. No.
Photo finish.
1 foot versus 2 seems fair.
There's always time for a rematch. It's a long season,
It's a long
guys.
season, for sure.
All right, we've got 4 Western Conference teams featured in our doubleheader tonight. The Warriors are currently 8th in the West at 25-20. The Mavs, after their recent run, are just outside play-in territory. And we'll see the Lakers and Clippers in Game 2 later on. There is lots to discuss around the league, especially with the NBA trade deadline less than 2 weeks away. And with that, we welcome in our NBA contributor, Chris Haynes, to give us the latest. Let's start with the Warriors, Chris. Last week, Kuminga asked for a trade. This week, Mike Dunleavy delivers the line, when you make a demand, there needs to be demand. Also, you factor in that Jimmy Butler is unfortunately out for the season. With all of that in play, how do the Warriors handle this deadline?
So the way it's been described to me is this is a bit of a reboot for the Golden State Warriors. They're looking at the last remaining couple of weeks leading to the trade deadline as somewhat of a examination period, but also for Jonathan Kuminga, this will be a little bit of a brief showcase. Obviously, he hasn't been playing that much, and his market value isn't what the Warriors hoped it would be. You know, you can make an argument that they contributed to that low marketplace. And so it's going to be an interesting period. And now I will say this. I do expect Kuminga to get an increased load in minutes. There was conversations about him potentially starting tonight, but I'm told he will be coming off the bench. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays throughout this period, because this is an emotional one on and off the court.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, you hear that quote, it just feels so contentious. Can you help us understand the inside of this relationship between Kuminga and figures inside the Warriors franchise? Because it seems to be a very tense dynamic that hasn't really shown signs of improvement.
I'll do my best, Taylor. Sources have informed me that Kuminga has no desire to remain a member of the Golden State Warriors. He is very much hoping that he will be dealt by the deadline. I'm told that his relationship with head coach Steve Kerr is fractured beyond repair. He's felt that he hasn't had any organizational support throughout this process. And so he's felt devalued with the organization. And so, and again, the Warriors have been telling us publicly that it just hasn't been a good fit with Kuminga with the team. And so it's hard to say that when, the guy, he's been pretty productive whenever he has stints. He's a young player, so he's going to make some mistakes. So it's just been a tough road for these two. Now, and I will say this, the Kings are one of the teams that remain interested in acquiring Jonathan Kuminga, but there are other rival teams out there that believe that the Warriors might just hold on to Kuminga and wait till the summer to offload. And one more last thing of note. There are rival teams that are saying that the Warriors refuse to bring in extra salary going into next season, which would make things complicated on the market. So, again, this is going to be a real critical and crucial few weeks for Kuminga and the Warriors something could get done, but at the end of the day, something possibly couldn't get done, possibly may not get done. And then you have to worry about, okay, the remaining 4 months, how is this relationship going to play out? Can they stand to keep this thing going? So that remains to be seen.
Yeah, a lot up in the air, to say the least. Great information. Trade deadline weeks away. We'll be checking back in with you. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, T.
All right, so the Kuminga saga continues on. It is important to say that in their first game without Jimmy, Kuminga scored 20 points in 21 minutes. How do the circumstances change now, UD?
Well, there's definitely a demand. I tell you that. There's definitely a demand, whether it be from Golden State, from another team. But what I would say to Jonathan Kuminga is use it. Use the frustration. Use the fire. This is the best position that you've been in a long time. You have an opportunity to go out there and play. One of the best seasons I had was the season that I came off the bench. And it was because I was frustrated because I think I didn't felt like I deserved to come off the bench in that particular season. So every opportunity I got to step out on the floor, I wanted to show the Miami Heat and everybody else who should be playing and who should be out there. Use it. This kid a chip will make you a monster. This kid has a boulder on his shoulder right now. Use it every opportunity you get.
Yeah, I think this is a tough situation for any young player. But I think he's got the tools. He's got the skill set. He's explosive. They're going to need his scoring now. He showed it the other night off the bench, scored 20 in a hot 21 minutes. He looked more comfortable than I would be after a month not playing. He was aggressive. He had some and-ones going towards the basket. I think the Warriors are going to need his scoring now the next few weeks. And I would just say keep your head down, young guy, and keep working, keep playing hard, keep playing off Draymond and Steph, and you'll have some good weeks here.
Yeah, it feels like, the Warriors for so long, the Warriors that we've known, they're predicated on spacing, movement, institutional IQ, and those aren't necessarily Kuminga's strengths. But I would also say if he is going to remain with this team, sometimes development isn't about just fitting into a system. It's about expanding it. And, I don't know, like two options, stay with a coach that hates you or go to the Sacramento Kings is tough.
Boy.
So,
rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
The top A block.
It's sort of tough. But if he does stay there, he is somebody that fills a gap for them. So, it'll be interesting to see how he takes it.
Yeah, I think it's a two-way street, right? Like the Warriors, now they need a guy of his profile. Now, maybe he hasn't been the best fit for this club, the way they play, their style of play. But now they got to find a way to just bring him in a little bit here, whether it's just for 2 weeks to showcase him or whether it's for the long term. And those bridges are mended. But for me, I just think they got to both take responsibility now to really get him playing his best basketball, fitting in the best they can, and at the same time, seeing what the future holds.
See how happy Draymond was throwing that lob? He said how happy he was throwing that lob. He probably got a handful of lobs all year. That athleticism is needed on that roster. Simple as that.
Especially now. That game, that was Kuminga's first game since December 18th. We will see what he does in tonight's matchup. All right, time now for the drive to tip-off presented by CarMax. Klay Thompson gets a matchup with his former team tonight, and he has been on a serious hot streak lately. Hot player, as Dirk would say.
Hot player.
The vet knocking down 16 threes in his last 3 games. And the 14-year vet, Draymond Green, leading his team in assists, over 5 per game. Warriors and Mavs coming up in game 1 of our doubleheader from Dallas.
So we are ready to rock and roll here at the Staples with Raptors and the Lakers.
20 years ago, we watched a man walk into the night and leave with history. A game that felt ordinary until it wasn't. He didn't ask for permission. He didn't wait for the moment. He became the moment. 81 points. Not luck, not a hot streak, a storm of focus.
4 away from Elgin Baylor's Laker record.
Footwork, fury, a masterpiece.
Oh my goodness.
Turning a random Sunday night into something you tell your kids about. And that's why we remember. It's a reminder that on any night, something impossible can happen.
And an 81-point game. Listen to this crowd for number 8, Kobe Bryant.
Tonight, we don't chase the past, we honor it. Because you never know when ordinary becomes legendary.
The shot chart from that unbelievable night 20 years ago. Kobe shooting a staggering 28 for 46 from the field and 7 of 13 from long distance on his way to the second highest scoring game in league history. Now, Klay Thompson's shot chart has had a whole lot of green lately for the Mavs. The vet has gone 32 for 64 from three-point range over his last 7 games. He's averaging over 17 points per game during that stretch. I mean, quite a turnaround from the start of the season, Dirk. What has impressed you about Klay?
Yeah, he started the season off a little slow, but I'm happy for him. You know, he's a hard worker. He cares so much, and he just worked himself in the rhythm. I think he got used to more coming off the bench. And he looks like he's in a great rhythm now, coming off, being aggressive, looking for a shot, coming off down picks. They're running some plays for some flares, coming off the picks like he used to. So it's been fun to see him play hard and shoot the ball really well. And he's got that swag. He broke a couple records lately. So Klay is back, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, just passed Dame for 4th place on the NBA's all-time three-pointers made list. All right, time now for same-game parlay presented by FanDuel. Dirk, I'm staying with you. How many threes for Klay tonight?
Yeah, he's been hot. He's been shooting 50% from 3 the last 7. So I'm going to say he's going to get 4 tonight against his teammates. So he's going to be fired up.
All right, Steve, sticking with the theme. How many threes for Steph?
Splash brother number 2 is going to have 5 threes tonight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. One up.
How many points for Cooper Flag, BG?
The Dallas Mavericks need him to score. They are a much better team. Their record shows it when he scores the ball and shoots the ball. So give me 20 points for Cooper Flag.
All right, UD, give me your points for Jonathan Kuminga.
I'm going 17 for Kuminga. Dallas gets up and down. I think his athleticism is going to come into play tonight. And once again, he has a chip on his shoulder. He should be motivated. So use that fire.
Hey, if nobody got you, UD got you. Tonight on FanDuel, it is all about choice.